up, everybody? It's Coach Terrence, aka Building Beast. I'm here to show you a couple things about the kettlebell today. 3 things that you want to focus on when you're doing your kettlebell. You want to have a good rack position, you want to have a good swing, and you want to have a good clean. If you can master these 3 movements, kettlebell movements are going to be easy for you. The first part is our rack. What's key about the rack position is your arm position here. You want to have a neutral wrist position, and you want to make like a triangle between your wrist, elbow, and shoulder. That bell is going to sit right in between your bicep and your forearm in a nice stable rack position. Now for our clean takes us right into our rack position. So this is how we're going to set up a lot of our exercises. A good way is to start with your thumb facing behind you. You can either start from the floor into a full clean, or you can start from your knees into like a hang clean. When we do our clean, we're going to fully rotate our wrist, which is going to fall right into our rack position here. A lot of people sometimes you'll see come here, which can be a little difficult because you'll see it become very arm driven. You want to use rotation to get us in that clean position. Clean, rack. Same thing from the floor, clean, rack. So some issues you'll see in our rack position is where people hold it. Sometimes if you see out here, you're pulling on your shoulder joint here. So you're gonna put a lot of stress on this joint. You wanna aim to have your elbow right above your chest, right around the clavicle area. Don't be too far out to the side. Also don't be too far across the middle. Sit right at the middle, a little bit off to the side. That's where you're gonna stabilize that kettlebell the most. All right, let's go 3 cleans. Strong arms there, buddy. That's awesome. Good. We'll drop it right there. So, a few pointers we can go with the clean. A good part to note with the clean is you actually want to open your hands for the kettlebell to spin. So if you're not letting the kettlebell spin, what starts to happen is the kettlebell drops on your wrist like that. So you're kind of over gripping it. Now, when we're in our clean here, you did good having the thumb back here for the rotation. So now as you start to get like that elbow up and halfway through, actually open your hands. So a good way to practice when you're doing your clean into the catch with an open hand. Because now you're gonna give yourself the idea to open and let that kettlebell spin. Yeah. You actually don't even have to catch it with your hand closed. This is gonna be the most stability. This is really what you need to focus on here. That thumb. That thumb is gonna lock in and that's gonna trap that kettlebell right there. So even if your fingers are open, you still have it under control. What I used to do to teach myself how to clean and catch would be catch everything open hand. And then it falls right in position. Boom. Now your wrist is stable, it's neutral, it's not going anywhere. I can go into my presses if I wanted to. I can bring it right back down. Boom. And then if I wanted to, I clasp it. So once you get really smooth at it, it looks like this. I just close my hand really quick, you just can't see it. Yeah. And also the other part, when you catch it, a good way to think of your clean is like you're zipping up a jacket. So your jacket is, everything's gonna be right up through the middle. So here, I can pull straight up, drop the elbow under, tighten it in, and I catch here. So I'm not allowing myself to catch outside of that shoulder, I'm catching inside. Okay. Think about your elbow. Keep that elbow close to the body, backs in.
That makes a lot more sense because now it's not like it's just going to snap up your wrist as you're physically catching it with your body. Yeah.
And also think about with that rack position, it's stacked here. It's stacked on top of your chest, stacked here with your forearm, it's stacked here with your shoulder. Now if you take it out here, there's not enough musculature to hold that kettlebell in place. So you're getting it in the best position of stability, packing it right up top here.
Here first?
Yep, actually a little more behind you. Yeah, your thumb back here. So now you have all this rotation to get into to help get that kettlebell up. Good.
I'm still too flary with it. Yeah.
So think of where you want to catch it. So let's go into the catch actually. So just work into that rack position. Good. Yeah, bam. So So if you know that's where your rack position is, when you do your clean, you want to end up there. So now every clean we do, we're trying to aim right into that same spot that we're going to hold the rack position.
Okay.
Smoothing. Perfect. Yep.
Trying to get it as smooth as you. It's hard. Alright.
That was smooth as well.
Yeah. This feels a lot better. It doesn't feel like I'm gonna break my forearm.
And that's really common at first when people do cleans. It's like you'll see the weight drop on them, but that's because they're kind of muscling the whole thing with their hand. They don't know to open up.
Yeah.
And especially if you have like strong forearms, like you can tell you do, you're just gonna yank that thing off the floor, which is great. But we want to control it more with that open fist, and it actually just rolls onto your forearm instead of dropping.
Yeah.
And another key point too is, which you'll see a lot of people do on the clean, is sometimes the kettlebell will come too high. So if it comes too high, it has to drop on you.
Mm-hmm.
So you pretty much want to meet that kettlebell right at the spot where you're catching it. Bam. Good. Now brace that core at the top. It takes you right into the standing position. Making sure that your core is braced down and you're packing in that lat here, which is going to stabilize this whole position. Take a lot of upper back, take a lot of core, nice and stable here. Make sure your shoulders aren't rounded forward because you're actually like pushing the kettlebell away from you. So the kettlebell just sits right on top of you, shoulders are down, shoulders are retracted. You're not pulling your shoulders back too much, you're not rounding too much. Just a nice neutral position, and you can sit here forever.